Hi everybody, it's time for an ARC review, and I read The Haunting of William Thorn by Ben Alderson. This is a gothic horror, romance, paranormal story, and it had the vibe. So if you're looking for a new spooky book for the spooky season, this will probably do it for you. We have the character of William Thorn, who has just inherited this big manor called Henbury Manor because his fiance passed away very suddenly after a horrible argument and the suspicion of cheating, but there was nothing able to be resolved over this because very shortly after, the fiance was unalived in an accident. And now we have William, who is riddled with guilt and grief, living in this manor in a town that doesn't seem to want to welcome him. And also he runs into, or really someone else barges into his house, and his name is Edward. And Edward also has ties to Hanbury Manor. And there's a lot of mystery and thank you for the kisses. Mystery and suspense, and there's also a dual timeline sort of situation, but we see the other timeline through journal entries. Did you have something you wanted to say? Thank you. So we see these journal entries from Robert, who is one of the original, not owners of the house, but he is the son of the man who owned the house in the time during the war, and he has fallen in love with the gardener Teddy. And so we see these series of journal entries through we see it through William reading them. There's a different narrator in the audiobook reading it, and kind of the experience of Robert finding out his sexuality in this and falling in love with Teddy and their grand affair, and then Robert's untimely doom after finding out that Teddy had been unalived in the war. But there's a lot more mystery to it than you think about what actually happened to Robert and Teddy, because something's not adding up, because that seems forged and this seems fake, and what happened to these other boys in the village? And so there's a lot of mystery to unravel. So Edward is related to Teddy's family, so he's trying to figure out for his great aunt what happened to Teddy, or great aunt, great grandma, so just a relative anyway. And but there's a lot of conflict at the beginning, because obviously these men do not know each other, and they get off on the wrong foot entirely. And it was very entertaining to see how this happened. A lot of moments of, wait, is this person actually a ghost, or are they crazy, or is someone breaking in, or what's actually happening? And it leaves you with a lot of questions. There were a couple twists that I'm like, okay, I'm pretty sure this is the connection we're making, because obviously these men are a lot more connected than they know or realize or are willing to admit. And the paranormal aspect of this story was fantastic. It really gave me good vibes. I did have an audio arc of it, and it was just very, very spooky. So I did enjoy listening to it. And yeah, I wanted to give this 5 stars. I did have to take away a star because of the ending. And the ending does something that I don't like, and it made me upset. It kind of fixed a few things, sort of, but I'm really quite upset with this twist at the very end of the book, because, well, I don't want to spoil it for you, but it makes me upset as a person who loves romance and things and loves happy ever afters. This book doesn't totally give you an expected happy ever after. It definitely borders on what is a happy ending versus what the characters get. So fair warning for that. I do love all of the twists and turns that it did take, especially in the story of Robert and Teddy and in the missing boys. And a little bit more of a twist. I thought I knew what was going on between Edward and William at first, and then it kind of tilted it for me a bit, which was great because I was being led on a certain path to think, and then it was like, you're correct, but also shift to the left a little bit. It was that style of book. But I definitely really liked the overall story, the character arcs and the growth with everything that goes down. Again, the vibes, the immaculate, spooky vibes, very gothic, very much easily could be made into a good movie and stuff. So I definitely think this is a good one. It's my first time reading anything Ben Alderson. So I do have some other books of his on my TBR, just haven't gotten to them yet, but I'm glad I got to get to this one just in time because it does come out on September 9th. So check it out if it sounds like something you'd be interested in. You have to get off my knee now, buddy. I have to get up and stop the camera. No, I'm just gonna sit here and keep petting my dog. I guess I'm stuck here.